I'll give a brief introduction about the people we have here. The Maneth Ray is representing the Prayuters Library. The Prayuters Library is a project that aims to bring internet connectivity and digital skills to the rural populations in Cambodia. The library was established in 2022 and is located in Hamos Seth village, Prey Vihar province. The library provides access to computers, the internet and educational resources, as well as digital literacy training. We have Rabiraj from Hello Hub. Project Hello World is a charitable organization focused on providing innovative solutions to address global poverty. One of its prominent initiatives is the creation of solar-powered, internet-enabled education hubs known as Hello Hubs. These hubs, constructed with community involvement, serve marginalized communities by offering online learning opportunities. In Nepal, Hello Hubs are equipped with solar power, Wi-Fi connectivity, and tablet screens. We have Mainul, Hassan, Alin joining from Bangladesh, from Janata Wi-Fi. Janata Wi-Fi started addressing two challenges: the low cable connectivity and the high price of mobile internet. So they started this innovative idea of selling internet with a hot cup of tea. It's called Wi-Fi Cha. The founder, Mainul Hassan, is here with us online. We have Padma Shri Dhaniram ji. So Dhaniram ji has been playing a key role in preserving the Toto language. He has created a script for this indigenous language in an attempt to do so. Toto Para, where the Toto tribe lives, is located at the foot of the Himalayas, just to the south of the borderline between Bhutan and West Bengal. He has also been spearheading an attempt to last mile connectivity in the region. So, we would like to hear from him about that as well. So, I request Maneth to, take over.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Jenny, for the introduction. So once again, my name is Maneth. I'm from Cambodia, and I'm going to talk about the Prayuters Library program. So while we're setting up the slide, I can give you a heads up of what Prayuters Library program is. So basically, the name Prayuters is the Cambodian names, and it means those who go to the battle. So it's like we go to fight for knowledge. We go to fight for the internet connectivity, what we want to learn, and that is why we come up with this name. So for this one, the library itself is not just a normal library that we just go and then we have the books to read, but it also equipped with the internet connectivity for the people in the community to get access to more than just the physical books that they see. They also have a chance to involve with other activities that we do there. So we provide basically the training on digital literacy, the training on other community services so that people in that area can know how to use digital devices, know how to use the internet connection. Because people in that area, unlike the people in the capital city, we basically just argue which internet is faster than which one. But the people in that area, they do not have the chance to fight over that because they do not even have the internet connectivity at the first place. So what they just argue about is just whether or not we have the internet connectivity. That is why we come up with this. And for now, the Prayuters Library program, the timeline is that we will start from September 2023 until August 2024. And for this library as well, we aim to provide internet connectivity to 4 provinces around the Praylang area. So Praylang is a forest in Cambodia, a lot of biodiversity, a lot of natural resources. However, the people around that area, they do not have the access to the internet connectivity. However, we understand how much they can do if they have access to that. So we basically aim to provide the internet accessibility to all those people. Now we start with Prayuters province with the Prayuters Library program. So the Wi-Fi is already set up We accept book donations, we accept people visiting, and we have kids, we have people from all ages visiting the library. They read the books, they also enjoy surfing the internet, seeing the outside world, how everything's going right now. And they also gone through some other sharing sessions with the people inside the community to understand more about ICT and digitalization. And then we have the other 3 provinces, Kroches, Tang Traing, and Kampong Thom. These provinces, because they are much harder than the Prayuters province in providing the access, because we do not have the telecommunications, the telecom company to provide the network, so they are even harder than Prayuters Temple. So now we are working with the people in the community to understand what way that we can do in order to provide the internet access to those people. And once we understand that, we are able to install those network connectivity for them. So now we are so the progress right now, we are studying the 3 provinces, while here we already have almost everything set up. And the Prayuters Library program is now in operation. In case you visit Cambodia, you can also visit that library. And we also want to thank to APAC as well for this grant. And because this one, we received the grant from APAC through the ICF Asia, and everything is going great with that fund. So thank you. Concerning the time, I think that should be enough.
Thank you so much. You're well within time. We're not going through the PPT, right?
I think if we don't have time, that's fine.
We have like 1 minute.
Okay. All right. So this overview is already finished. I think we can go to just go to the slide with the pictures, and then I can show you how is it going there. Just next slide, please. Next slide. Next one. Next. Next. Yeah, so we have done the launching ceremony. This is how we do it. Next slide. Yes, these are the kids that they come to visit our library. They were having a lot of fun. Look at those smiles. Now we print their photos and put and hang on the walls at the library. Yes, next slide. So we also accept book donations. Just in case anyone visit Cambodia and you want to donate the books to the library, we also accept book donations. Next slide, please. Next slide. So this is our Facebook page, the Prayuters Library. You can search the name and then just stay updated about us. Next slide, please. Yes, this is the acknowledgement for APAC Foundation for their fund, and that should be it for our slide. Is it 1 minute?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Rabiraj, so do you want to give like a short, like half-a-minute introduction?
Thank you, Jenny, for having me here. I am Rabiraj Khadka, and I am a technology lead for the Hello World Nepal. So what we do in Nepal is we build a communal place to access the internet for the community. So we call a Hello Hub. So Hello Hub is 5 things. We call it, we have the hardware systems in the Hello Hub, loaded with the educational softwares and applications for the community to use. We have the solar energy to community to use on their own, and we also have the internet connectivity. And above all the things, we provide them the capacity building trainings to set up the Hello Hub. So it's basically a partnership with the community to build their own Hello Hub, and we support them to build their own Hello Hub.
Now I would want to move to Mainul Hassan, who has actually, who started the community network from an interesting idea of, Wi-Fi cha.
Hello everyone, thank you for having me. So at Janata Wi-Fi, we are trying to solve 2 problems: affordable internet for the masses and internet education for the masses. To achieve it, we have morphed through several models last few years, and now our primary modality is advertisement-based Wi-Fi, which is free Wi-Fi, where brands operating in those communities sponsors the free Wi-Fi hotspots. People in the community gets free internet, and the brands gets highly targeted advertisement and conversion for cheap. We are also focusing hard on creating internet education content, such as how to search Google or how to use new GPT-4 interfaces in Bing, how to find education materials on YouTube, very basic stuff, but which has a very high impact. We are also focusing on finding brand partners and ISPs who are operating in communities that has low affordability of internet. We also focus a lot on building out our software stack, reducing the cost of per node deployment cost significantly, and increasing service quality, automating as much task as possible. We thank APAC for supporting us with their ISIF Asia grant, which has helped us run this experiment for the past year and figure out the advertisement-based Wi-Fi modality. Now we are looking to scale up. Thank you.
I would like to move on to Dhaniram ji.
Garani Singha, Ka Totoparasu Lemi, Koming Dhaniram Toto, Navi, Ita Gawatang Chipu, Trouble Denay, Otu Shinsho, Tubiso Tang Chipu, Dhanabat, but Namaste, Jamusa, Kane Hindi show, Shizana. Obstit, Iljo, Yapar, Sanmanio, Honorable Mel, all over Apko, Mera Toto Jonadal say, Apke. हार्दिक एवं शुभेच्छा एवं आपको धन्यवाद देता हूं क्योंकि मुझे यहाँ आज सेमिनार मैंने इसमें निमंत्रण किया। मैं टोटोबारा से आया। टोटोबारा बहुत दूर है, वो भूटान का बॉर्डर का नज़दीक लास्ट इंडियन आपको विलेज है, वहीं पर टोटोबारा रहता है, अलीपुर डिस्ट्रिक्ट, और इसको पीएस जो होता है वो मादरे हाट। तो एक टोटो जनजाति ओनली फॉर कोई विलेज में रहता है, सारा भारत में कहीं पर नहीं है और हमारा डिस्ट्रिक्ट में भी नहीं है। टोटोबारा कोई कम्युनिटी में मात्र अभी जो रनिंग सेंसस रिपोर्ट उसमें 1600 के मेल फीमेल बच्चों के लिए आपको वहीं पर है और 310 फैमिली टोटो कम्युनिटी है। इससे उसको सेंसस रिपोर्ट और टोटो कम्युनिटी आपको अभी तक 15 जन ग्रेजुएट किया और 2 लड़के लोग आपको पोस्ट मास्टर डिग्री किया। ये है हमारे एजुकेशन का उसमें।
So translate what he said in English for everybody in the room. He belongs to the Toto Tribe and he said the community has 1000 males to a ratio of 310 females. He also right now said that only 15 people from his community are graduates. I'll keep translating as and when he speaks.
तो टोटो कम्युनिटी का now recent ये लैंग्वेज के बारे में अल्फ़ाबेट कंसर्नेट बनाया। ये मुझे इस एक्सप्रेस में आया था, मैं देखा हर जाति का अपना वर्णमाला है, हर जाति का जो वर्णमाला कंसर्न है, इसलिए बहुत गर्व करते हैं।
So he recently just said that there is, he found out that there are different kinds of systems, communities that use the Toto language, but also in regional languages. So he wants to talk to you more about how that ecosystem came about.
तो ये कंसर्नेट का जो और ये भावल जो हुआ, ये फोनेटिक साउंड से मैं पकड़ के ये पहला हमारा जो जाति का जो साउंड है, इसका कैसा वर्णमाला हो सकते है, ये बहुत 2017 साल से मैं इसको स्टार्ट किया और पीछे ये 32-33 तो मैं एक कॉन्सोनेंट वावल बनाया। ये मेरा फोनेटिक टोटो कम्युनिटी से मैं निकाला, उसको वर्ण रब दिया।
Okay. So he basically said that he realized that his community sound is something that he wanted to preserve and work for. So in 2007, he started phonetically recording his sound and started propagating that as a system.
तो जैसे आपको हम लोग टोटो भाषा में क ऐसा करते हैं, जो के और जो बांग्ला का को बहुत अश्विनी के क भी है, तो हमारा भाषा में वो क जो बोलता है वो यस ऐसा ऐसा करता है, इसलिए नेक्स्ट से निकाला इसको ऐसा क होता है हमारा। एक क यस कोई गाना गाया कोई फोक टेल बताया सुन रहे तो यस यस का जो होता है, इसलिए ये यहाँ से ऐसा करके क निकाला उसको। और फोनेटिक डेली जो इसमें हम लोग को साउंड यूज करता है उसके पकड़ ब पर वो बुचू ये बोलता है बाहु, इसलिए बी जैसे उसको बनाया मैंने। और आपको सा माने ये हाउस से वो हाउस से ऐसे थोड़ा इंग्लिश के जैसे बनाया उसको। लावा हमारे राइट यू ये नहीं जो कंसर्न राइट ऐसे दो जैसा हो गया, एक आपको ऐसा करके बनाया मैंने।
So he's describing how he came up with the script of this each word. Ka, ka in their language is nodding. So the shape of the head. So he derived the script from the shape of that movement. La, which came from the movement of the shoulders, and this one more thing which I forgot, but basically it is from the movement and the body parts that is actually came up with the script of this language.
तो ये सारे शरीर से और प्राकृतिक का नेचर के ऊपर से मैं ये अक्षर बनाया आपको, और इसलिए किसी का मैं एक्सपर्ट मैन के पास में कोई हेल्प नहीं मिला, क्योंकि मेरा वो जो इंटर रिमोट जगह है वहाँ पर सीखने के लिए कुछ नहीं है, खाली हाई स्कूल एक है और 2-4 आपको टीचर भी है, लेकिन उन लोग भी ऐसा ये लैंग्वेज ट्रीटमेंट नहीं है, खाली पढ़ाने के लिए आए। और मैं ऐसा अपने से ये मेरे फिलोसॉफी से अभी वो किताब निकल के 350 वर्ड भी तैयार हुआ।
So he has so far created 350 words, and he was saying that he did not receive any help from the systems in his community because he lives in a very remote community, and also because they only have one high school and 2 or 4 teachers in the entire community who are not very proactive. He had to do the entire scripting on his own.
तो आप लोग को सब लोग को मैं ये धन्यवाद देता हूँ, यही पर मैं धन्यवाद मेरा वक्तव्य यहीं शेष कर देता हूँ।
He's saying thank you for the platform, and he's really happy to meet all of us.
Thank you, Dhaniram ji. Now we'll go to the next round of the discussion where, we want to sort of understand what is the regulatory framework in each of these countries. For example, Cambodia, has a guideline for community-based telecommunication infrastructure for development. And it also has a strong telecommunication law and the Ministry of Post and Telecommunications. So from Maneth, I would like to understand that, when you're working, with the community network, how easy or difficult it is to set up the community network. And then you also mentioned APAC has funded. So is there any funding from the government? Is tax collected from traditional ISPs, and whether that money is used for supporting community networks? If you can talk about that, yeah.
Thank you very much. So basically, with the new Prime Minister coming up, one of his new Pentagon strategy is focusing on digitalization. So the government is now working on improving more ICT and digitalization sector in Cambodia, because we basically, in our country, we do not have advanced technology compared to other countries, so we are kind of lag behind. However, the government is now working on it. Private sector, especially the telecom companies and also the Ministry of Posts and Telecoms, they are working together to make sure that they can expand the coverage and provide the network connectivity to the people in other areas as well, besides just only the people in the capital city and other popular provinces. And then the civil society organizations are also working hand in hand with the others to help those people in providing digital literacy training and also help them install the Wi-Fi connectivity. In the example of the Prayuters Library program that we just mentioned, we do not have that strong of network connectivity. So we have to survey first and see which telecom company that they can provide the best internet connectivity among all. Perhaps not as strong as we expect, but at least there's something that we can make use of that. If we found that which telecom company have their coverage to that area, then we will contact that company and then buy their Wi-Fi routers and other equipment to install in that area so that they so that the people in the community can make use of the Wi-Fi. But the next challenge is that in the case that we do not have the coverage from the telecom company, what we can do. That's the next challenge that we are working on it right now. And we're working with the private sector, the ministry, the environmentalist community, and also the other people inside the community to study on that. And we hope to find the answer soon so that we can provide the internet connectivity for them soon.
Thank you. Is it legal to distribute internet?
Yes, it is legal because the internet companies that they come to Cambodia, they are legally registered. So we basically can buy their services and then they can install legally for us.
Oh.
Yeah.
Rabiraj, I have the same question that the community network which you are setting up, like what is that model called, and whether it's legally allowed to distribute the internet in that setup. That's one thing. Second thing is that whether there is any support from the government in terms of funding or setting up the infrastructure.
So it is legal to distribute the internet connectivity with our own model of the Hello Hub. So there is not any restriction from any parties.
Without the log, without you having an activity log, can you distribute it?
Yeah, we can do it. And our model is like partnering with the local ISPs so that they will set up the P2P networks around where we have planned to build the Hello Hub with the partnering in the community, and they will extend their internet connectivity in the nearby areas with their own investment into the network equipments. So it is like that model we have been doing with the local ISPs. And with the national ISPs, we have the World Link, who is providing from this year free internet service for 5 years into the Hello Hub. So that is what our connectivity model in Nepal. In terms of the regulation and the policies from the government, from the 2019, when we envisioned the Digital Nepal framework, the Nepal Telecommunication Authority have been doing the work with the Rural Telecommunication Development Fund. So they have been trying to reach into the rural areas like municipalities, ward offices, health centers, like that. But still, we are yet to cover more community around that area. So there is the practices from the government to bridge the digital gap, but that is not enough for now. So our model is like in some places what we have been doing is once there is the internet setup in the schools, we are trying to lobby with the local governments and the school administration themselves to distribute the internet connectivity to the community people with our investment on the Hello Hubs. That is one model where we are trying to do. And another is also when there is no internet connectivity in the nearby schools where our Hello Hub is located, we are trying to subsidize the amount to internet access in that community schools. That is kind of a model we are practicing. So yeah, there is, we need more of a collaboration and cooperation with the local governments and the federal governments as well to bridge the digital divide in the country. And yes, we are kind of going hand in hand as local government are more interested to build the bigger version of the Hello Hub. They want to have training centers in their locality with more laptops and more powers and more digital literacy training. So the government is more interested in our training models. So we have our core programs, which comprise of the Hub Heroes program, targeted for the elder women's, elder generation and the children's. And we also have the life skill trainings targeted for the younger member of the community. And our basic digital literacy training is a flagship program for the Hello Hub. And we also do advanced training on professional learning. So that will be more like on-the-job training for the few people who are interested more into the technical things. Like with all these models and the partnership with the local governments, I think we have been drafting some kind of the policy for the government itself, that our model is working, and we want to expand it to the community learning centers that Nepal government have established around 2,000 plus in the Nepal. So yeah, it's like we are going hand in hand with the government as well, starting from the local governments.
So I'm moving on to Mainul. So something I also want to understand from the Bangladesh context is that, like, you are also distributing internet. So how is your licensing like? Do you pay a licensing fees to the government and then get it, like, So how does that work? That's one question. Second thing is that, you're also funded by Microsoft and APAC. What is the fund, the tax collected from the traditional ISP providers used in your country? So if you have any idea about that, these two things quickly.
Okay, so there is a very specific regulation regarding how fixed broadband ISPs can operate and cellular operators can operate. So the fixed broadband ISPs, they are mostly locals, and they have some immunity because cellulars cannot get into fixed broadband business, right? But they had this problem where it's very hard for them to reach out to a lot of people, right? So we kind of came in and solved that. We're trying to solve that problem through software and through this new kind of business model. And distributing Wi-Fi in a sachet manner, there is currently no regulation, but we are doing it, and we have had talks with the government. We are working with the government to get some regulation done, and we are getting the regulation done for the ISPs, not for us, because for us, we never want to be an ISP. We want to be an enabler. That's easier for us to because let's say if I get a license, then I'm one ISP, and I will probably have some kind of binding I have to follow. Right. We basically don't want to be in that legal framework. So we basically have a software provider agreement with all of these ISPs, and the ISPs are essentially regulated by the government. Right. And our business model is basically taking a commission out of the whole business model that we have created from the ISP. So that's on the regulation side, and on the funding side, it's very privatized. So even though the government, what government has done, the government has done two things. One is they have given a vision. The previous, since 2008 to 2018, 2019, we had this vision of digital Bangladesh. That was the primary vision coming out of the government. And now we have this vision of smart Bangladesh. That's a 2041 plan. And with that, government is basically encouraging all the departments that get your act together and do whatever that is needed to get it done. So this sort of initiative, it's easy to move with the all the government departments. When we go talk to the departments, it's easier because of this vision. And funding wise, government has startup funding. Not specifically, they don't fund ISPs or provide funding to the ISPs to get this done. It's very privatized. But they provide startup funding through which companies can apply and they start a business. That's how everything gets funded.
Thank you.